Podcast title, Homegrown Harvest, The Joy of Home Gardening.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Green Thumb Chronicles. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Tom. Today, we're diving into one of our favorite topics, growing vegetables in a home garden. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or a complete novice, there's something incredibly rewarding about cultivating your own produce.
Absolutely, Tom. There's nothing quite like the taste of a fresh tomato plucked straight from the vine, or the satisfaction of seeing your hard work come to fruition. Let's start with why home gardening is such a great idea. What are some of the benefits?
Well, first off, there's the health aspect. Growing your own vegetables means you have complete control over what goes into your food. No pesticides or harmful chemicals, just pure, fresh produce. Plus, gardening itself is a fantastic form of exercise and a great way to get some fresh air.
And let's not forget the environmental benefits. Home gardening reduces your carbon footprint. You're cutting down on the emissions associated with transporting food from farms to stores. It also promotes biodiversity and can help improve soil health in your local area.
Exactly. And there's the financial aspect, too. Once you've made the initial investment in seeds, soil, and tools, growing your own vegetables can save you money in the long run. Plus, it's a great way to ensure a steady supply of fresh produce, especially during times when certain foods might be harder to find in stores.
There's also the sheer joy and therapeutic value of gardening. It can be incredibly relaxing and rewarding. Watching your plants grow from tiny seeds into full-grown vegetables can give you a real sense of accomplishment.
Let's talk about getting started. For those new to gardening, what are some of the basics they need to know?
The first thing to consider is your garden space. You don't need a huge backyard to start growing vegetables. Even a small balcony or patio can work. If space is really limited, container gardening is a fantastic option.
Yes, and raised beds are another great solution. They allow for better soil control, improved drainage, and can be easier on your back. Once you've decided on your space, the next step is to think about the soil. Healthy soil is the foundation of a successful garden.
Absolutely. Soil quality can vary greatly depending on where you live, so it might be worth getting your soil tested. Adding organic matter like compost can greatly improve soil health and provide your plants with the nutrients they need.
And then there's the matter of choosing what to grow. For beginners, it's often best to start with vegetables that are relatively easy to grow and maintain. Some good options include tomatoes, lettuce, radishes, and herbs like basil and parsley.
Herbs are a fantastic starting point because they grow well in small spaces and can be quite forgiving. Plus, they're a wonderful addition to any kitchen. But remember to choose vegetables that you and your family enjoy eating. There's no point in growing something if you're not going to use it.
That's right. Once you've chosen your plants, it's important to pay attention to the planting season. Different vegetables have different growing seasons, so make sure you're planting at the right time of year. Most seed packets will give you this information.
Watering is another crucial aspect. Most vegetables need consistent moisture, but overwatering can be just as harmful as underwatering. It's all about finding the right balance. Generally, it's better to water deeply and less frequently than to water a little bit every day.
And don't forget about sunlight. Most vegetables need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight each day, so make sure your garden is in a sunny spot. If you're growing in containers, you can move them around to catch the best light.
Pests and diseases are inevitable challenges in any garden. It's important to keep an eye out for signs of trouble, and to act quickly if you notice something amiss. There are many natural ways to deal with pests, such as introducing beneficial insects like ladybugs, or using homemade sprays made from garlic or neem oil.
That's a great point. Regularly checking your plants and keeping your garden clean can go a long way in preventing problems. And don't forget about the benefits of crop rotation and companion planting, which can help deter pests and improve soil health.
Speaking of companion planting, certain plants can really benefit from being planted near each other. For example, tomatoes and basil grow well together, not just in the kitchen but in the garden too. Basil can help repel pests that might otherwise harm the tomatoes.
And marigolds are great companions for many vegetables because they help deter nematodes and other pests. It's a fascinating area of gardening that can really enhance your garden's productivity.
Another important aspect is harvesting. Knowing when to pick your vegetables is key to enjoying them at their best. Most vegetables will give you clear signs when they're ready to harvest. For example, tomatoes should be fully colored and slightly soft to the touch.
And for root vegetables like carrots and radishes, it's often a good idea to gently pull one up to check its size before harvesting the rest. Over time, you'll get a feel for when your vegetables are ready.
Don't be afraid to experiment and learn from your experiences. Gardening is as much about the journey as it is about the end result. Each season brings new challenges and rewards.
Absolutely. And remember, gardening is a community activity. Joining a local gardening club or online community can provide you with support, advice, and inspiration. It's always great to share tips and successes with fellow gardeners.
That's so true. Gardening can be a wonderful way to connect with others, whether it's your neighbors, friends, or a broader online community. And don't be discouraged by failures. Every gardener has setbacks, but each one is an opportunity to learn and grow.
Well, that wraps up our discussion on growing vegetables in a home garden. We hope you found this episode of Green Thumb Chronicles helpful and inspiring. Remember, anyone can grow their own food with a little bit of knowledge and a lot of passion.
Thanks for joining us today. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes, feel free to reach out. Happy gardening, everyone!
Take care and happy planting!